This is the very familiar, what we call unholy alliance between the black and the red. That is the communists and the very reactionary people or strata. We always see it, because they are both against the progress and the happiness of this country for their own purpose.
We are not opposite with the American people. We are opposite with government, in all of American government in all over the world. We are opposite. And we want to kick out, all imperialism, all imperialism from this country. We want this country for ourselves.
Listen carefully to this covered-faced revolutionary with a fake Iranian accent. This is not a typical Iranian English accent, and the heavy Arabic tonnage is quite apparent on the W and R sounds.
We are not opposite with the American people. We are opposite with government, in all of American government in all over the world. We are opposite. And we want to kick out, all imperialism, all imperialism from this country. We want this country for ourselves.
Who is this armed man speaking for the Iranian people? Why is he covering his face when everyone around him is without fear of being identified? Who, when, and how did this brand of revolutionaries infiltrate among Iranians? These are the questions that the leaders of the Iranian Revolution never honestly answered.
Abu Nidal is, as I'm sure you on the intelligence committees know, the principal foremost assassin in the world today. He is a brutal murderer. Abu Nidal, the radical Palestinian guerrilla leader linked to last Friday's attacks in Rome and Vienna, and that was the so-called Christmas massacre, in which 19 people died and 200 were wounded, is the world's most wanted terrorist. That's the Christian Science Monitor. When you look at his whole career, Abu Nidal makes the infamous terrorist Carlos look like a Boy Scout. Abu Nidal himself quoted in Der Spiegel, "Between America and us, there exists a war to the death. In the coming months and years, Americans will be thinking about us." For sheer viciousness, Abu Nidal has few rivals in the underworld of terrorism. But the Abu Nidal terrorist in Rome who blasted the 11-year-old American Natasha Simpson to her knees deliberately zeroed in and fired an extra burst at her head, just in case. Gentlemen, I have an 11-year-old daughter. Not perhaps a whole lot different than Natasha Simpson.
The released facts about Abu Nidal are that about a year before the Iranian Revolution, Abu Nidal was dispatched by Yasser Arafat, head of the Palestinian Liberation Organization, a close friend to Khomeini, but a soldier for hire, though, to go to Iran secretly by way of Dubai. Abu Nidal stayed in Tehran, residing secretly in the house of a clergy named Yahya Basiri, known as Ayatollah Nuri.
I want you to know that I'd be more than willing, and if anybody else is watching overseas, and I'm sure they are, I'll be glad to meet Abu Nidal on equal terms anywhere in the world. Okay? There's an even deal for him. But I am not willing to have my wife and my 4 children meet Abu Nidal or his organization on his terms. And I want you to know what was going through my mind. I was about to leave for Tehran. I had already been told by Director Casey that I should be prepared to take my own life. I had already been told that the government of the United States, on an earlier proposal for a trip, might even disavow the fact that I had gone on the trip.
Abu Nidal was later joined in Iran by another of Yasser Arafat's top lieutenants, a notorious terrorist, Abu Sharif.
Start with, PFLP is a Marxist-Leninist organization that carries armed struggle in order to liberate Palestine. So as you see, it is completely unfair to call us a group of gangsters. It would be a long fight, you see. And we actually don't care whether we overdo. We believe that fighting imperialism is our duty, fighting Zionism all over the world is our duty.
Abu Nidal and Abu Sharif planned and orchestrated what became known as Black Friday after a bloody day in Jaleh Square on September 18th, 1978. With his trademark of selecting a Friday for his terrorist operation, his team of armed Palestinians in hidden strategic locations started firing at the soldiers, killing and injuring a number of them before they returned fire toward the crowd. 56 people, including 7 Iranian servicemen, were killed. But it was reported by the Khomeini camp to the world as 1,000 casualties by order of the Shah. The event served as the fuel over the flame of people's anger and a springboard for the ascent of Khomeini as the leader of the revolution.